by Pastor Charles Lewis, New Life Baptist Church.
Let's pray. Father, we thank Thee for Thy law that You've given us to read and to study and to guide us by. Father, You said, call unto me and I will answer Thee and show Thee great and mighty things which Thou knowest not. Lord, tonight we call out to Thee for help and direction in our lives as we come together as a city, as the members of council, as workers in the city. Father, we know that each of us that have some leadership abilities and authority that has been given to us by Thee, and we ask for it.
First of all, I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for attending the City Council meeting today. As you're well aware, we usually have a presentation that we give every quarter, fire and EMS and firefighter report. For this quarter, we have Mr. Hector Vasquez. Please come down, sir. He's working his way down. Firefighter EMS Vasquez has been on the force for approximately 3 years. He's been a valuable member of the firefighting Converse firefighter group in EMS, and he's also been left in charge on several occasions. And I guess he is a born leader. People follow him, and he's got a lot of experience, a lot of training in the last couple of years. I know Chief Wentz speaks very highly of him. So at this time, we'd like to go ahead and present him the fireman and EMS fireman reporter.
Is glad to give this award. This will be our last one as a commission, so we're very proud of Mr. Vasquez and all of his work. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. And while I have the microphone, I can't ever not talk in a microphone when I talk. We also have two other special people that we as a commission wanted to recognize this evening. We've worked really hard. I know a lot of you guys have helped out with our pancake breakfasts and our hamburger booths, and there's some behind-the-scenes people that are always there 100% behind our commission, working as hard, if not harder, than we do. And that, of course, is our Assistant Chief, Ray, who's not here with us this evening, and Chief Wentz. We thank you for all of your hard work and dedication to the department, and we want to present you guys with a knife set as well.
I want you guys to know that these guys work very, very hard. In any endeavor that they chose to undertake, they put 1,000% into it, and they hit it head on and did what they needed to do. And I guarantee you, between the months of October and December, if you wanted them to take them out to lunch for hamburgers, they would have went and bought a Subway or something. They were not interested in hamburgers after October. They did extremely well in everything they did, and we really appreciate the good work that they did and the hard work that they did. So again, thank you very much for everything that you did.
Item 7 this evening, citizens to be heard. Ms. Gloria Weirs.
I'm at 104 Norris Drive, West Converse. For the past 37 years I've lived there. What I want to talk about occurred on July 1st and continues still. Wednesday, a black and white pit bull and a reddish-brown dog that lived near me were running the neighborhood. I first saw them at 6 a.m. and had to wait until 8 o'clock till the animal control officer came on duty, and I called dispatch. I told dispatch that I had called several times about these dogs, but dispatch told me they did not count the calls unless a police officer sees the dog running loose. I thought all legitimate calls to dispatch were written up, but perhaps I'm wrong. indeed police officers have to see an animal control violation in order for them to be considered reported, it seems to me it's a terrible waste of a police officer's time. However, in this particular case, by the time I got outside, the animal control officer had already picked up one of the dogs and shortly thereafter caught the other dog. I was told this was not the first time it had been picked up. The next day, we arrived home after dinner, and as I was changing my clothes, I heard a dog barking continually. I have since learned that this means the pit bull has a cat cornered. The pit bull had a white cat cornered on the porch across the street. Not dressed properly to go out chasing across the street, I screamed, beat on the side of my house, threw things trying to get the dog's attention. My screaming eventually got through to the dog, and reluctantly, he turned back to his house, 2 houses from mine. I again called dispatch to report it. This time I learned that there was no animal control coverage Thursday evening through Monday morning. I believe this is totally unacceptable to be without animal control for 3.5 days. In this particular case, had I waited for a police officer to come, the cat would have either been dead or the dog long gone. To try to get a police officer out in time to see this dog is very, very difficult because the dog runs the neighborhood and will run home over the same fence from which he left the yard. If citizen calls are not logged in or counted, this problem is certainly going to never be corrected. One last point. We have a mostly retired neighborhood. You see more canes than joggers in our neighborhood. People with canes do not mix well with pit bulls. I believe this is the second council meeting in a row that I have spoken on the same subject. Like I said before, Officer Cyphers is an excellent animal control officer. However, he can't work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Dispatch also has been extremely helpful and has done everything within their operating procedure. The solution to this problem is for a city of 14,000 people. We cannot operate with just one animal control officer. We need more. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. For the record, the animal control policy and procedures are currently being reviewed by the city manager and police chief. Thank you. Jim Sherman.
Good evening, council, staff. I'm Jim Sherman. I live at 1028 Plymouth here in Converse. I have a couple of questions. I've noticed that the Housing Finance Corporation and the Public Facility Corporation haven't met in over a year. And it seemed curious to me that you would allow that to happen, since you're the board of these corporations, and I would think you'd want to know how your finances are doing in this operation. The second thing I have to comment about, question, is I noticed on the agenda that a citizen has put an item on the agenda. It's about a letter to the editor. And my first response was, well, why doesn't this person speak at citizen to be heard or write his own letter to the editor? And I'm wondering how it is that this type of agenda item can be gotten on the agenda. Can you comment on any of those?
Thank you. Don Mendoza.
Yes, sir, I'm here for item J, but if I may, I'd like to respond to the gentleman's question. I'm going to do that at this moment.
We'll just wait and give you ample time at the item. That way you won't be interrupted. Billy Schindler.
I'll wait for those items of interest to come up.
Which item is that?
I haven't decided yet.
Jeff Beeler.
Good evening, council and staff. Jeff Beeler, 112 you probably was getting as tired of seeing me come up here as I'm coming up here. But I've got a matter that needs to be resolved. I don't mean this as a personal attack. I just like to go over the chain of events of what I've been coming up here for the last couple of council meetings. A while back, Councilman Rodriguez wanted to go over the cookbook situation, how much money was made. We did basically tear it apart. He at that time said that my wife signed 2 contracts. My wife did not sign 2 contracts, and in a conversation with Mr. Rodriguez, I asked him to produce the other contract, the second contract. The following council meeting, he brought what I guess he thought was a contract signed by my wife, but in fact turned out to be a purchase order, or actually an invoice, which may be construed as a contract, I don't know. It was an invoice signed by Sam Hughes, not my wife. There is no second contract. Last council meeting, I asked for an apology. You wouldn't give it, you only apologized that you didn't have your paperwork. But then you brought up monies inappropriately spent. Now, this is the first time that's been brought up. All I'm asking for is what's right is right. You cannot produce a contract. And I'm going to quote you from your last council meeting. If you're going to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. And put up or shut up. Thank you.
Gloria Jorge.
Dorian Georgie, 13515 Bluffton Park in San Antonio, Texas. I'm here to discuss right quick item number H in new business, which is the action on the request to repeal the City of Converse ordinance that establishes the Fire and Emergency Medical Services Commission. As of our meeting 2 weeks ago, we had been rejected by the Secretary of State's Office for our nonprofit. However, as of today, I hold a certificate in my hand that we have been approved. So I know this item is on the agenda tonight. I just wanted to put your mind at ease that if it does go forward, the nonprofit corporation for the Alumni Academy for the Fire Department has now officially been approved, and I have 7 copies for you guys. So I want to give you those. And just thank you guys for allowing us the additional time that you did over the course of the last couple months to get this in place before repealing that ordinance. So thank you guys so much, and I appreciate all you've done for us over the last few years. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes item 7 for this evening.
Item 8 here through the school district to help them with a possible traffic issue on FM 1516 in front of the new Converse Elementary that's being built. It's supposed to be opening up. Have a copy of the preliminary plan for Miramar C, and you also have a copy of the letter of approval from our engineers. The planning commission also recommended approval, and so does staff.
Thank you. Any discussion on item C as written?
The city finances are required by state law. Requires a certified accountant look after the expenditure of funds performed by city staff. This firm has been auditing the city for at least 15 years.